Ukraine is at the edge of a civil war. Russia is currently warning in light of the increasing escalation in eastern Ukraine. Whilst the Ukrainian army has now been deployed against their own population by the putsch government in Kiev, the European media unanimously report favorably about the military offensive of the new Ukrainian leadership. Kiev is demonstrating strength, is the headline of Focus Online almost brazenly, whereas SRF1 mentioned in their morning program that one is approaching the demonstrators hesitantly and with a sense of proportion. In reality, there are more and more video recordings of a massive Ukrainian mobilization in the east of the country to be found on the internet. Civilians filmed never-ending arriving tank convoys in the regions of Kharkov and Lugansk. The convoys were partially blocked by upset citizens who blocked the way of the vehicles. No Western governmental representative has yet condemned the so-called anti-terror operation of the Ukrainian putsch President Turchinov, which has already caused deaths. On the contrary, US President Obama had his spokesman say the Ukrainian government is responsible for establishing law and order. Isn't that interesting, dear ladies and gentlemen? Why was there nothing mentioned about the responsibility of law and order when the elected President Yanukovych was still in office and had to watch armed insurgents taking over the government buildings in Kiev? The chairwoman of the Progressive Socialist Party of Ukraine, Natalia Vitrenko, has sharply criticized these Western double standards in the assessment of the Ukraine conflict. In an explanation, she reminded of how the West, 2 months ago, still loudly judged every use of force against the armed Maidan fighters. Why do the European representatives now demand the oppression of a real national uprising in the southeast, whilst they cynically call the demonstrators separatists and want to see Russian traces everywhere? Vitrenko is concluding. Valued viewers, if the USA does not want to be seen as an unprincipled deceiver before the world, then they have to measure the same way now as they did just a few weeks ago. Violence in eastern Ukraine should be a taboo in light of the current situation for all who do not want to become guilty of active warmongering. Have a good evening.